Welcome back. This is Serpentstare, this is Symphony. And this is not the song select menu you may have expected. I have set the current filter to another album, BadAss Boss Themes. This is another OC remix album, much like Rebellion 2. And I have 7 favorites that I've selected from this album that I'll be showing off in this video. So expect a longer video for this BadAss extravaganza. This first one is by Big Giant Circles. It's a Donkey Kong remix called Duel of the Apes. And we are still playing on Forte with our full loadout. Note, the point of the BadAss boss themes will likely mean that a lot of these songs are less gentle than the ones that I've been playing of late. So we'll see whether I can keep up. I remember thinking that this one seemed very adventuresome, and I love it. That is, after all, why I selected it to be among my favorites. Let's get some invincibility up here. Build my chain. Apparently there were two chain bonuses to collect over there. Another one. You might be getting this high adventure vibe yourself now. Or maybe something kind of like, I don't know, an 80s music video? I think it's cool. I might actually want to turn my personal volume up for this. Chain. Invincible. 16. 17. Next target, 57,000. There should be no doubt that I'll get there. Ah, the chain is broken. Dramatic chanting accompaniment, because clearly this track needed to be even more awesome. Yes, I do think that chanting is awesome. I probably have a really good clear rate at this point. Not 100%, but I think I've been doing a good job of getting almost everything that goes by. It confuses me when they go behind me like that, because I'm not actually sure whether they're still able to take damage or anything, and they just drop their inspiration where I can't possibly get it. And sometimes they come back on screen like that, and sometimes they don't, so I'm not sure when they disappear. This is like an adventure movie. Okay, not perfect, but I did reach all my targets. As the classic Donkey Kong boss fight jingle to remind you what game we're on. Honestly, a lot of the main themes in this, I don't recognize as Donkey Kong. Mind you, I never really played it. Duel of the Apes has gotten us another double cannon, roughly 81%, good clear rate. We well exceeded that second target. Nice. I'm actually going to pause for a moment to upgrade my system volume, and I'll be right back. There we go. System volume upgraded. Jago brings us A Daring Escape, a remix of Dr. Wily's theme from Mega Man 3. I think this is the one that I thought sounded really pirate-like. It may also have reminded me a little bit of Proto Man. It's appropriately enough, because, you know, they do Mega Man stuff. That instrumentation, though, those riffs, very pirate-themed. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Ah, petty whistle. Oops. And here's the particularly daring part, I suppose, of the Daring Escape. Honestly, can't you imagine this being the soundtrack to a theme where someone's, like, swinging from a pirate ship on a rope? Grappling hook, just trying to board another vessel or something. Yes! Got invincibility off the wall squares, gate squares, I think that's what I'm calling them. And I'm getting much better at noticing when my invincibility has run out. Doesn't mean I won't run into enemies, though. More invincibility! Sweet! I honestly have to wonder, to myself, whether upgrading the invincibility makes it more likely to drop, or just more powerful when it does, because it seems like I get that quite often. I saw that happening. Didn't see it in time to stop it, but I saw it happening. I honestly think this looks easier than what it is, probably. More invincibility that I get to use on the gate squares this time. And a final trill brings us out. That lovely rippling reflection on the water. Another double cannon! Super double cannons! Many double cannons! We'll return to the song selection to move on to Saren's Prayer, a Mass Effect remix by Mazedude, who is one of the more prolific remixers on the OC Remix community, bringing us all sorts of things from tripping on alligators to the Nazi Requiem. Yes, both of those were him. And so is this. Okay. Alright, we got a very rhythmic start. How very industrial. With bagpipes. bagpipes making it sound like a horse's whinny there. I am dancing in my chair. To that beat. I love how this is like, for a while it was really overwhelming me, the difficulty, but now I seem to have gotten over that hurdle and I'm just really enjoying myself. I mean, there's still a challenge. And no doubt I will become frustrated again once we move on to the final difficulty fortissimo. At which point, it will be possible to attempt the achievement that I haven't gotten yet for 100%ing a song on fortissimo. I didn't mean to get that bomb again. I keep referring to it as a bomb, because that's obviously its function, and calling it the 1812 Overture just feels kind of funny. You see how that bit of inspiration and the chain bonus kind of appeared down here, where there was nothing? I think that might be because I actually did hit something that had gone off the bottom of the screen, like I was wondering about last time. Like a bunch of chain bonuses that there we go. I do think this is very much seems to be inspired by traditional Celtic music. It's got that feel to it. Which is also something I like. That might be why it's in my favorites. Of course, these kind of war cry vocals for emphasis, I suppose. 13 chain. All targets have been reached. I'm still gonna brutally lap up more, though. My current rig is fully upgraded, of course, but I can always use the inspiration to unlock new weapons and improve them until they are viable replacements. So that I can try out different strategies and different things. Although this layout seems to be working really well for me right now. Crescendo. Nifty. I was untouchable. I had 98.5% completion. And I smashed those targets. I am doing so well. Now we've got a Nutritious remix of G.I. Joe, the Cobra theme, called Real American Hero. And perhaps appropriately, this one's got this kind of chime instrumentation that makes it sound like a recruitment drive in a toy box. Which I say is appropriate, of course, because G.I. Joe is a toy line. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, and this isn't the one that sounded really toy boxy. As appropriate as that would have been. Some nice big band instrumentation there. Dramatic. Ah! Yeah, things were getting chaotic enough that I was pretty sure I was going to get hit no matter what I did there. I touched a bomb while there was no enemies on screen to destroy with it. All these bullets! Being fired at so much. What? Alright, see if I can get this one from above. Yep. This one from below. Got it. If I'm gonna take a bomb, I should take these flashing ones first. So many explosives there. Gotcha. Funny, you would think that being invincible and all that, I would be picking up the inspiration as it dropped, and not losing pieces of my ship. And yet, the nose was missing. Wait a minute, what? I thought I was destroyed. I didn't know I picked up an invincibility. Cool, I'll take it. Invincible again. I did mention the frequency of this kind of baffles me, right? Oh, and we're already at the end, because this was a fairly short song. Alright. Some lovely, dramatic, cinematic riffs there at the bottom. At the bottom. At the end. Continuing to perform well. And now we continue on. I'm actually thinking I might want to skip BadAss and save that for the end. Although I suspect that there's a demon fight coming, so that might be appropriate too. This is PrototypeRaptor giving us... You saw what theme was remixed there, right? This is a pretty famous theme. Giving us perhaps the most electro-metal Sephiroth theme I have ever fucking heard. Oh, that's what it was. Super beat drop. Which just seems weird, but also awesome. House! I'm jamming again in my seat. Come on, I want to get that bonus! No, it didn't give me the chain. Maybe if I stay up here in this corner... No, it's not safe here. Not having so good a time with this one. I mean, in terms of succeeding at the game. I'm digging the fuck out of the music, but I'm not succeeding at the game. The screen go crazy. Okay, I've got the first target. Can I get the second one? In the remaining 2 minutes. That doesn't sound like too hard an ask. Oh dear, what's happening? We gotta go even more house. That's what's happening. Super BadAss. As titled, it delivers. It delivers on that promise. The most dubstep Sephiroth ever! All targets reached. Absolutely. Oh, let's not die. There we go. It's important to not die. Moment of peace. Bomb spawned on my face. Fun times. Almost 100,000 inspiration. An energy cannon. Decent clear rate despite 2 deaths in the early song. Very fun times. Didn't get the demon. Still don't know how many songs it takes him to show up. More than 5, apparently. So, moving on, let's go to Master of the Blades, based on Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V by PU Freak. Lovely. Early power-up. Here's the demon. You couldn't show up on the BadAss one, huh?
If you understand the importance of music, you cannot free this composer.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like he's gonna start trying to tell me how this is all for my own good next. Ah, did you see how much damage that dealt? That was sweet. Also, the boss seems to be stuck. Or something, at the bottom of the screen. Whoops. I was clearly too close, because I cannot tell where that wireframe ends or begins. So much for generation. But I still only have one weapon going on. Same thing again. Are we done? Can I get through this boss fight without dying once? Yes, I can. Okay, this is clearly an indication that I have mastered this difficulty setting and I'm ready for the next, because that was, comparatively speaking, a cakewalk, despite being the third version of that composer. Even though I haven't actually gotten 100% on this one yet. On this difficulty level yet. I mean... Lovely piano music. I got that ship right as it was about to escape. Why am I flashing like that? Oh, does it take a while to come back? Like I pick up the inspiration and then it doesn't come back right away. Or maybe it only comes back right away if I get another inspiration, and usually I pick them up in clusters, so I never really noticed before. That sounds entirely plausible. That sizable demon bonus again, just admiring my rippling reflection in the bottom. Because although these graphics can be sometimes visually confusing, they can also be quite pretty. There's something to be said for glowing wireframes, I suppose. One more composer left, right?
You have freed 4 of your 5 greatest composers. Is there more to you than I thought?
Should certainly fucking hope so. Apparently you didn't think much. Is that JSB again? No, apparently this entire Symphony of Souls bears the initials JSB. So... maybe it was primarily composed by J.S. Bach? Untouchable. Despite that being a demon fight, I didn't die once. Sweet times, lots of inspiration, so much bank. That is probably enough to unlock and fully upgrade a weapon of my choice the next time I particularly want to. However, there is nothing in this collection that excites me a whole lot. Oh hey, check that out, I've gotten both targets on every one of these badass boss themes. Now we have The Joker bringing us The Last Dance, a remix based on King DDD's theme from Kirby Superstar. Now I have a difficult choice ahead of me. Do I skip forward to Fortissimo difficulty, which can offer me up to 300,000 kudos? Like I could possibly use that much. Or do I stick on Forte and continue doing what I've been doing for the rest of the album? I didn't actually mean to click just then, but apparently I'm going to continue by moving to Fortissimo, and I still don't have a 1 times multiplier there because I'm still considered overpowered. But this should be more of a challenge in theory. It's certainly more populated right off the get-go. So we're going to get additional baddies showing up. Are we gonna turn this into a right proper bullet hell then? With some lovely semi-industrial, semi-creepy chimes instrumentation going on. I think something just ran into me and I didn't even see it coming. I thought I'd been recapitulated already. Apparently I was not. Gonna get that bird. There we go. Now I have my weapons back. Spoke too soon. Okay, I need to get one of these with just the double. That was me taking a moment to gesture silently in my room. And that was a facepalm. That was the sound of a violent facepalm. God damn it! Alright. Excuse me a moment. I'm sorry. If you feel that this is cheating, if you feel that this is cheap, I'm sorry. But I am doing that again. Because that was just turning into a colossal chain of failure that I didn't look like I was going to be able to escape from. Okay, I have an invincible. Okay, now here's the difficult bit where I keep failing to dodge again, but now I have my crescendos to deal with these things. Power up. That should help. And I have not yet been recapitulated. No one's expecting a 100% run on your first song in Fortissimo. Don't worry about it, just stay alive. As we dance with King DDD. Okay, not completely succeeding to stay alive there. Survive until your power up. Okay, that's good. Need to break through this thing's defenses. That might take a while. Didn't work out. That's okay. We've got a slightly gentler moment in the music with which to make some headway. Yeah, I was looking at that going, can I even fit in that space between that and the bottom of the screen? I really don't think I can. So I'm gonna have to beat this one from in front, grab that invincibility, wreck everything. I like how this song has a very, very elegant kind of... It's not hardcore, it's not super fast-paced, but it is pretty serious, and it does have a certain amount of ominousness to it. So it despite not being a really fast-paced or a hard-hitting song, it nevertheless carries the impression that shit may indeed have gotten real. Take a breath, take a moment, explode some baddies, and only just make that 34,000 inspiration target. unlock a scattershot cannon, there's our completion percentage, there's our death rate. First song of Fortissimo difficulty. Performance, acceptable. That still gets a higher rating than any of the others. So, that was my personal selected favorites from BadAss boss themes off of OC Remix. There will be a link below in the doobly-doo to go and get that album, to check out these, and all of the other sweet tracks that were available on BadAss boss themes, a community OC Remix album by a bunch of different composers having hella fun and creating a bunch of fun times, like a pirate escape Dr. Wily theme and the most dubstep Sephiroth. If you're enjoying this playlist, please come back for additional awesome cool remixes of various gaming themes next time. Hell, and maybe even some of my commentary and gameplay if you care about that.